Welcome to the Tribunal. I'm Tanisha. Subscribing is how you claim your designated seat and stay inside this tribunal. We'd be honored to read your analysis in the comments. To gain access to the show, you must subscribe, have a seat in your designated seating, and begin commenting. The show will begin shortly.
Count to me. I don't
Well,
hear
that's
that
what
shit.
should count.
I don't hear that
because
shit.
out there in the streets where the people live that helping, they could get pulled over and shot by a cop, and an investigation will be said. But here's the truth. We know, if I believe you know this already, when the cops shoot, nothing you can do about it.
Insane.
Is that what I said?
This is
When the
so
cops
insane.
shoot you, ain't nothing you can do about it. Is that a lie?
This is so insane.
Answer it.
I'm gonna question.
Okay.
I'm gonna answer your question. It depends on circumstance. And the thing about it is this: the majority of the people, because you like to use a blanket statement. That's like me saying all black people.
Well, have you said all white people?
I'm talking about
because
cops.
it's easy to say all black people are stupid. An example. Say something about the white people.
No. You're not.
I don't think you got.
Time.
Oh, I hear you. Can you tell me? Because I don't
about
know.
liberal
I hear
white
you
women
talking about-
literally being the biggest enemy of the United States of America. That's the thing I say every single day.
Caucasian female, the biggest enemy.
Literally, white liberal women are the worst thing that ever happened to this country.
What about their men?
But we gonna get there because you keep trying to get me to qualify it by participating and.
So, okay, we know that Corey, right, does have an understanding of who Anton. Apparently, behind the scenes, they have been working to bring this somewhere to a place like this. I think they may have had to sit down in some capacity before as well, where they've spoke on viewpoints of certain situations. So Corey has a understanding, which a lot of black people do, about Anton Daniel, and that would be he is a black man that has a white understanding of life he's living. Okay, that somewhere he checked out of his blackness, being an African American man or Nigerian. I don't know. I don't know anything about this Nigerian stuff. I got wind of that from watching Single by Choices, and they were saying, shout out to Walker Gavin and Ebony Dean, hello, that he was from Nigeria or had some Nigerian DNA from father somewhere like that. Okay, I don't know. I thought that Anton was an African American black man. However, Anton went on to say during this interview with Corey Holcomb on the 5150 show that he was not a black man, that he in fact was a Christian man. Okay, a Christian is a religion that was formed in the United States by white people. So nonetheless, because after starting out when religions were being formed around the turn of the century, where we became more woke and religion started being formed, there were Christians and Baptists, and black people were mostly Baptist because my family is Baptist, right? On my mother's side, my father's side Christian. So nonetheless, a lot of black people have a understanding that they've came up with for themselves about Anton, that Anton is a black man that lives and believes that he moves and operates in a white state of privilege. Okay.
Joining in on the court.
I think you're doing what's easy.
No. I'm doing what's real.
I think you don't want to go against them because if you go against them, it'll be some video of you going against them. And when I say them, I'm talking about your boss.
I don't have a boss.
We say that.
So Anton here says he doesn't have a boss. Now, Anton is, from my understanding, he did some time in college. I think maybe for engineering, he was saying it didn't work out. He went in a warehouse job. didn't really fit well with his, makeup. I think he went into corporate somewhere in America, not too, sure I understand exactly where. However, I know that's what he said when I used to watch their morning show. Okay. And then got on YouTube. So, from my complete understanding, Anton is like a famous YouTuber. Okay. So, YouTube is a free platform that you can operate freely in almost any capacity and area that you want. You can talk about whatever you want. You can damn near do anything you want on YouTube, and you can make an income from it, right? However, YouTube is owned and operated by let me look that up. Let me see who owns and operates YouTube. I don't know if it's Mark Zuckerberg that operates and owns Facebook, is it? But let's ask Google. Who owns YouTube? And we'll find out. So YouTube is owned by Google LLC, which in turn is a subsidiary of its ultimate parent company, Alphabet Inc., a publicly traded technology conglomerate. Google acquired YouTube in 2006 for $1.65 billion, and it operates as a key part of Alphabet's Google services. Okay, so the founder was Chad Hurley in 2005, Steve Chen and Jawed Karim, and then Google purchased YouTube in 2006. So whoever owns Google, let me see who owns Google. 1 second. Who owns Google? Okay. All right, guys, I have a code. Who owns Google LLC? Okay, so primarily it has like a lot of shareholders, institutional investors like Vanguard, BlackRock, and its co-founders Larry Page, Sergey Brin, who retain significant voting control through special stock classes. So Google, Alphabet Inc., whoever, okay, so this is like the level to the top of the food chain, right? YouTube is not a place where it's it can be set up like your own business, right? People do own and operate and move in YouTube space as if this is their business. They have brands on here. However, it is controlled by upper level tiers, just like any, thing that you don't actually yourself go and get trademark LLC. So Anton has a boss. If Anton gets 3 strikes or however have you, whatever those, warnings are from YouTube for whatever, rules, policies, procedures you break, and you start getting, those 3 strikes, people report you, you can essentially lose this from, you know what I'm saying, not operating under their policy and procedure. So, like I said, people have a certain understanding about Anton because Anton thinks in his black skin with a white mind. Okay, Anton has a boss.
We say that
because YouTube is owned by someone else. Anton does not own YouTube.
but here's the truth.
I don't have a boss.
It's a reason you go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the downfall
I'm an
of
equal
it?
accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men
Well, you
since
ain't
you've
been
been up
listening.
here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you.
No, you haven't.
I hear you
don't
taking
have,
the.
you don't have the capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
You too busy.
My capacity.
So what I got from Anton saying that statement is that he doesn't have the capacity to read between the lines of where Anton believes he's speaking on all viewpoints of whatever Corey's asking him, because Anton believes Corey is fixating on Anton only not having smoke for Caucasian men. Okay, that's what I got out of it.
My
Because if that's the
capacity
case-
that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they
Absolutely.
destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
Let's slow down, because you talking loud, but you're not saying a lot.
No, you talking
no, you
loud,
talking loud.
and you still.
So there, I'm gonna be doing a lot of analyzing and breaking this down, because it's definitely giving, we are about to crash out. And I want to know where I want to give a fair third eye view and see if there's anywhere, as we do with all our Give Graces videos, if there's anywhere we can give anybody some grace on why they felt like maybe they had to lead up to a crash out, and if they crashed out so bad that they don't deserve no grace. Okay, so hold on, let me go back and just rewind that point.
In on the core.
No, I think you doing what's easy.
No. I'm doing what's real.
I think you don't want to go against them, because if you go against them, it'll be some video of you going against them. And when I say them, I'm talking about your boss.
I don't have a boss.
We say that. We say that. But here's the truth.
I don't have a boss.
It's a reason you go after black males or black people quicker than you will go after white males. What are white males responsible for in this country as the
I'm an equal accountability smoke giver. I talk about everybody.
I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men since you've been up here.
You ain't been listening. You ain't been listening.
I've been listening to you.
No, you haven't.
I hear you.
You don't have capacity to be able to listen because you're too busy.
No. You got me wrong.
You too busy.
My capacity that you just criticized, that's an opinion. Here's the fact. Have you seen something about Caucasian males and how they destroy this nation? Well, what did I miss?
Let's slow down, because you.
So see, Anton doesn't want to go there. In Anton's mind, that will be going against what he believes gave him the opportunity to not have to deal. And I'm not saying Anton is not in his right to move and groove in the spaces that he feels are best operating for him and his life to stay safe and protect his life and his family at all. However, when you believe you rise above who you are, you step out of who you truly are and what you're truly made of in life, you're essentially giving up and saying, that wasn't good enough for me. This is what's better. And this is the side that I'm going to side with. So I'm not going to have too much, of any type of smoke for that. Because to me, that's what actually saved me, was thinking and moving and operating in moments that got me here.
You're talking loud, but you're not saying a lot.
No, you talking loud, and you still.
So Anton feels like it's not relevant. But to black people that feel like Anton is not walking in his true purpose as what we're seeing him to be, which is a black man, to others, it seems very, like plantationist, like he's Samuel L. Jackson in Django with Leonardo DiCaprio. That's what black people that still have a black mind and operate in black living and black, matter to us. And we want to, receive the best equal treatment in this America that we deserve and work to do to have, and came from the blood, sweat, and tears of those that died at, brutal masses and everything else. That's how we see it. Anton does not see it like that. Anton sees it from a standpoint of, that's what saved me from being the nigga that is in chains and having to deal in circumstances that some black people do, to still in today's day overcome oppression and depression. Okay.
Talking around, what did the Caucasian male do to America to bring it down?
I'm not getting into that.
You dancing around it. And that's why I lose respect for you when you start dancing and kissing Caucasian male's ass.
But I don't.
Don't do that in front of me, because an ass kisser of no.
Whoa! Okay, my drum is not the drum I want. I gotta get my board up here, but I got some drums. It's finna go. It's finna go down. Let's get it. Corey just said that Anton, he said what a lot of Black people do say about Anton. That's why I don't understand why Anton crashed out like he did. If we've already seen this, unfortunately, I couldn't come live as quickly as this aired because I could have, but it was late at night and I caught a cold. So nonetheless, we got to discuss it. It's a give grace or crash out waste life, right? A lot of Black people share those ideologies about Anton Daniels. This is not new to Anton Daniels. That Black people look at Anton as a bootlegger, that people look at Anton as a Black man that operates in a white mind, Samuel L. Jackson syndrome in Django. Okay, so yeah.
Nobody. Yes, you are. You suck the dick of Black people.
Oh my God! I'm also gonna go far, so I'm gonna have to be checking my messages when they do. Right? Okay. Did John hear what I heard? Because I know I heard what I heard when he said what he said. I'm pretty sure everybody else also gasped crazily when he said that. You do what? Let me make sure I heard that right. I cleaned my ears out this morning when I got the shower, so I know.
And you still talking around. What did the Caucasian male do to America?
I'm not.
No, I don't do no dick sucking shit. I'm just saying, I ain't heard you talk about white men in front of me because I'm not an ass kisser of nobody.
Yes, you are. You suck the dick of Black people right now.
Oh my God. That is a statement that I don't care going back to caveman days. If you say to another man anything in the realm of homosexuality and they are not a homosexual, it's up. It's up. I don't care what race you are, what age you are. Those are words. Are complete fighting words all the way back to caveman days. For non-homosexual men to say those words to each other, you can expect a fight.
You doing the easy shit. What you do, let me tell you what you do.
Nah,
See, ain't nobody gonna tell you something. Ain't nobody gonna tell you.
I don't
Ain't nobody
suck
gonna tell you.
dick.
Yeah,
I don't
you do.
suck
Yeah,
dick.
you do.
So fix
you doing
that.
it right now.
I don't suck dick.
You doing it.
God! He said it again, just not in the exact words. He said, "Yeah, you do, Corey. I don't got. Okay, I don't hot tool." And he said, "Yes, you do. Yes, you do." Oh my God! Now, Anton means that in a way where he's saying it like not physically, like you don't physically. At least this is what I'm hearing. He may contextually mean that in the pit of his stomach, like you actually get down on your knees and do whatever it is for these niggas out here. Because I've seen you yelling and Uzi popping whenever you talk about them. I don't know how Anton really felt with the pit of his gut, but I think he meant like you spew a lot of rhetoric about ninjas up on the 5150 show, but when you get in their face, it's not the same smoke that you had for them in real time.
Right now.
But to say you hot tool to another ninja is up from the getting up of getting up. Okay, I don't care. Starting back from the beginning of time until now, men have always operated in a, defense, protect, hunt, survival mode. For the remaining of humanity, for the rest of mankind, they will always operate like that. That is the genealogy of how a man is made up. And when that is threatened, or that, is put into a place of where they, feel like it's non-protected, they come out swinging. That is just how it's always been since the beginning of time with men. And Anton challenged that in Corey Holcomb just now.
Believe me when I tell you, I don't do that. I don't do that.
Listen.
So don't come at me with no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna give you the same energy you give me.
Let's switch. Homie, I don't do no.
Corey had to get up and get in his face. Miss Darlene had to take a back seat. Miss Darlene is a G. That's Ice-T's first week. They got a child together. I think he's in his 30s. Named Little Ice. Okay. That's his first wife, Darlene Ortiz. She's been doing 5150 show with Corey Holcomb for 16 years. Okay. That's a little bit of, background on the history of 50/50. It's been on YouTube since YouTube first started. Okay, so she's remained in that seat almost every single Tuesday for 16 years. Darlene is dedicated to this project with Corey Holcomb. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Dick sucking shit. I'm a motherfucking man. I don't do no dick sucking shit.
I don't give a fuck about it.
Well, I tell you what, watch that dick sucking shit, because that'll go bad.
Call it what you want.
I don't do no dick sucking.
It is bad. It is horrible. Okay. I'm not a man, and I don't pride myself on masculinity or anything like that. I'm a feminine woman. However, I am still a vessel of humankind. There are things that you can say to me that will trigger me to want to protect my femininity, like my motherhood, like being a woman, my womanhood. Okay? If there's something that you say to challenge how I operate as a woman and a mother and a wife and this, that, and the third, those can be triggers. That's for humankind across the board for men and women, right? There are certain things that women can say to women that'll set a woman off and make a woman want to slap up or hit up or however have you, right? This is insane. He is in Corey's house doing this. I understand Corey said, you kiss white booty, okay? But the correlation is far from the same. It's not operating on the same level of a dig, of shade, okay? If you tell a straight man that he got gocks, that's like the ultimate level of disrespect. Where somebody says, oh, you're a white lover. People tell me I talk white. I'm not going to fight over it. You see what I'm saying? Like people say, oh, you don't talk black. You think you're better than black girls because you talk more of a Caucasian, Like, no, I just speak like I have some sense. I'm not out here like, slanging and hanging, especially when I'm in a professional setting. Okay. So there's a million ways that Anton could have been back with Corey on a speaking level, right? In keeping the context on a even level. Anton took it 1,000, where Corey kept it. It's not unusual for Anton to hear people call him that.
You say a lot of shit that I don't fuck with either. You
okay, but that shit. Oh, you know. Hey, homie, I tell you what.
Ooh, look at how, and I swear to God, I don't know if Anton is trying to get his black card back. Drop it down in the chat if y'all think Anton, if you're trying to get his black card back. I think he can get his black card back from Corey Holcomb. Now, Corey Holcomb is a 60-year-old man. How old is Corey Holcomb? He just got a couple of months ago, maybe a year, quite long ago, but he had a serious accident. Like a bicycle contraption he was riding, and backflip wheel down a hill, and he got flipped, like saved up in the hospital type of situation. On the hill from Corey's an older man. Anton is early 40s. Okay, this is not a good look for Anton to challenge Corey like that. Corey's not in your age. Corey was yes, sir, but still a respect level should be given. So essentially, only learned some talking points for Anton to clarify who and operates in his plan. That's it.
Put no dick sucking shit. Don't put no dick sucking.
And I don't know what happened. And talking out the side of one of her panelists, talking out the side of her neck, about something. She said my children hated it. First of all, for me to care, and she said, it's obvious wherever you didn't say and for a child that has done nothing to you, their parent has done nothing to you, and you can't keep it on a level respectful and decent and carry out a person like a simple adult would do. So I had to kind of almost get like Corey right now. But yeah, I'm from New York. I'm from Detroit. Who gives a damn? You reckless. Wherever you're from, it doesn't matter about how you run your mouth. Is my audio a little shaky? I'm sorry. Let me see what I can do about the audio. I don't really know what I can do about my audio. Yeah. Sorry about that. I will do my best to fix it on the next slide. So that is like a young person's sport. It's like, I'm from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, unless you got the and really walk it out in the capacity like that, your tongue needs to be mindful, you know what I'm saying, of what you let roll off of it. You need to think before you speak, because You could be from Detroit, somebody could be from Mississippi and whoop your ass. It doesn't matter where you're from. It's about how you handle yourself, where you're at, and being mindful of what you say when you're talking. Period.
Now,
All right.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna respect you.
Dance around it. Dance around it.
No.
I don't do no dick sucking shit.
I'm gonna respect you because it's a platform, and I flew out here to have a conversation.
Anton already disrespected Corey in the worst way. That is Corey Holcomb's house. He does it. That is disrespectful. Go into someone else's house and demand control over their house. You do not do that. You ask to go to somebody's bathroom in you're a guest in someone else's house. Timothy Taylor says lucky Corey exposed Anton assistant he had with him might be his side chick. I heard that. A girl named Mika. I think she's like one of his panel hosts for Anton on like an After Anton Dark show. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's nasty business up here. It's really nasty business. Anton been moving like he's a little unnerved in some spaces lately, and I'm praying for his mental health. I really am. So let's keep going.
Conversation.
We good. We good.
Yo,
We good. I did already. I don't need dick
Put the
sucking shit.
microphone right down,
Yo.
right now, and go on back. I don't give a fuck
sir.
about
No,
this
sir.
shit.
Homie, you just-
So, I mean, Anton keeps up with the disrespect. I don't give a damn about this. Is Corey's house. You do not do that. Corey did not challenge. This is my view. Okay, if you see and go, please drop it down in the chat. Okay.
Out of your mouth.
I'm none of my mouth.
I don't do
You
no
doing
dick
this shit for
sucking
the
shit.
internet. You doing it for the internet. Now, if you want to say your time, no, hold on. If you want
I
to say
show you I ain't doing it for the internet.
if you
I'm
want
saying,
to say Anton,
I'm saying,
listen, don't
I'ma let
disrespect
you
me like
finish.
that. If you want to say Anton, don't disrespect me like that, I'll respect you. But don't boss up on me because you
You
said
can see in this moment right here that Corey really wants to do something to Anton.
extend the same way to you. You called me out of my name. You said some wild shit, especially with regard to how they called this nigga out his name. Nigga, I'm telling you that you did. You can't.
Now, I didn't hear that either. I did not hear Corey call Anton a swear word. I try to keep channel monetized. Okay, so please continue to watch all of my Give Grace, Crash Out Ways, and Give Grace and Dating Ways, and everything I do in celebrity tea, reality tea, so on and so forth. Economy tea, all that good stuff. Thank you. Remember to turn on your notifications so whenever I go live, you guys get the notification and like and subscribe. So I did not see that. I did not see or hear Corey call Anton. Our Corey refer to Anton as something, okay, that Anton could have rebutted. He could have easily rebutted that to Corey. Instead, Anton went low. He went to hell with Corey. He went to hell with him.
I got a question, bro.
Okay.
No. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. We're just getting loud. I ain't loud.
Then don't switch seats.
No,
This my
See what I said? And that's another thing. Anton is in Corey's house. Where do we do this at? I've been to Detroit. Okay, my god grandparents used to live in Inkster, Michigan. Detroit is a rough area. It's a rough place. However, they got a lot of good people in Detroit that operate with morality, dignity, integrity, where they respect your motion, they respect your platform, they respect your home, they respect your persons. This is out of line. Anton claims he comes from a good background of a black family, right? That operate on a little higher moral ground than what he's showing right now on Corey Holcomb's platform. This is Corey Holcomb's home every single Tuesday from like 9 to 11:30. This is his house. And this is wrong. This is no way to treat someone that invited you somewhere to give your views on how you view things, to essentially also give you more exposure, because Corey's a celebrity. No matter what y'all talking about, Corey has played in movies. Corey has played on some of the funniest movies, some of the funniest. Black Jesus was so funny, right? Corey's, he's a celebrity nonetheless. Corey has more exposure than Anton Daniels. Yes, Anton Daniels is a famous YouTuber, and I would never take that away from his work on YouTube. Every time I turn on YouTube, I see him everywhere. Okay? Not for nothing. Corey is the bigger celebrity sitting here. And he invited you into his home. That's like if Angela, my favorite, I'm not saying that Corey was Anton's favorite. Let's see who I really don't even rock with. Let's say if Sexy Red invited me to the house, and I didn't like something about Sexy Red. Okay. I still would not challenge her in her home. She is however y'all want to call her, she's still a celebrity, which means she operates on a higher function than I do in my entertaining space of being a YouTuber. I'm more than a YouTuber though, but that's neither here nor there. Of course. But when it comes to the entertainment space, Sexy Red has more celebrity than I do. I'm not a celebrity. I'm a public, awareness influencer. Okay. I would not disrespect that woman in her home, in her house. So this character 334A, you can tell Anton was the young dude that looked up to the street dudes. He dressed like a retired street ninja, but acted holier than thou because his family was in the church. And that's what I'm saying. My family grew up in the church too. My aunt and uncle were pastors and first ladies of a Baptist church when I was growing up. I would never walk in somebody's house and act like this ever. On no type of level. This is so out of line and inappropriate. Okay? So out of line and inappropriate. And it's just crazy. Okay, Timothy Taylor says, I would leave someone's house or business before I crush. Exactly. Like we have especially when he's supposed to be seasoned out here piling. Anton is always bragging about his lifestyle, where he's going, how many houses and cars and things he's doing, projects, ventures, businesses, and handles. If you say so. If you say so. Let's read some of the comments. Disco Carol 3348 said, I'm glad you differentiated between the celebrity versus the YouTuber. Anton, he's so lame. I don't care. Anton's not smarter than Corey. He's a it doesn't even matter smart. It's about you use it. I know so many people that have the common sense out of the world and wouldn't know it. Common sense, like you would never believe some of the worst continuing situations over and over and over and over and over until they're 50, 60, 70, 80 years old and got good sense. Know better, know what's really real out here in this life, know where to go, know how to get down, know how to cut, and you would not be able to tell it from the piss poor way that they continue to move, operate, and live, in spaces. So yeah, no problem, Discord. Disco Carol. Timothy says, Anton pre-planned this. That's why he brought a security guard, and his opening line was a myth about black men being slaves in the United States. Okay, so that's another thing. I'm not fully aware. I am up on my history. However, I'm not so much clear on whether or not we own each other. I know that some of us bought some of us from still, after slavery was abolished in 1892 or something like that. That people each other before came and got us from where they are that and things like that. To me, he was like, "What is she doing?" I'm like, I invite her over. She walked in with some groceries. I invited her in to have, a warm shot of cognac with me and just sit and shoot the shit. He was like, "Come here." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "This broad right here, she done tried to talk to me." I'm like, whatever you're saying. Like, my husband, he's one of those types of guys. He don't really like with too many, sitting and mixed with his best friend. Anywho, telling you, she's seen me out in the neighborhood and she's tried to talk to me. So I'm like, okay, I didn't blow him off, but I'm like, let me see if I can tap in what he's talking about. So I pour her another shot. Lo and behold, her conversation goes from what we're talking about, just everyday life, everyday living, things around the neighborhood, blah, 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 to my husband walks past. She's like, "Your husband look good." I'm like, "Thank you, I know." She like, "You welcome." I'm like, "Okay." So this ninja wasn't lying. Like, he was telling the truth about this broad. So she's like, "I'll take your man." I'm like, "What? You're making it like you're really reaching." And she's like, "No, I can take your man from you. You ain't treating your man right." I'm like, "You don't know me. I know my he would never ever be somewhere telling another woman something, saying about me, Tanisha, like, nah, he don't move like that." She's like, "Yeah, I'll take him. I know you ain't treating him right." I'm like, let me make sure we drinking the same thing. Let me make sure we drinking the same shit. Because she got to be on something else. So I could tell that she was like really feeling the cognac more than usual. And she just got reckless. She got like Anton in Corey's house right now, in my house, about my husband. Like, no, I grabbed the kitchen table and I threw her out my front door into the hallway. Like, there's no way that you think my house and that and my husband and you are social to control how somebody moves in the capacity of my life. That'll never happen. If you can take my husband, then walk out the room. You're walking out of here on your ass. Right? So that's where this went with Corey and Anton. Okay? You ain't gonna do nothing. Like, yes, I am. In this moment, Corey should have removed Anton from his studio. He should have removed him from his studio. He would have not continued to have the privilege to speak to me in my house, especially after all of that, to my face, Darlene, and everybody else that respects me, and to higher caliber than the trash and triflingness that's out here in these streets mixing and mingling, which is a result of no mixing and mingling. Okay, because everybody ain't safe. That's just ass heart. Okay, wanted to give a girl a ride. I had seen her and I knew her and her man were having problems because I didn't seen them before in the neighborhood bickering or whatever have you. And I was like, oh, you know, I'm always trying to uplift and empower, especially other Black women and people to live better and do better, right? But everybody's not worth your support and worth your help. And I've had to learn that. So I'm more precautious about who and how, you know, I invite, especially who comes in here. I'm very particular and very, you know, precautious about that. So rolling. And if you have any type of instances where you've had to check somebody in your house or in your court or on your platform or wherever you dwell, okay, at work, wherever you're at, drop that down in the chat.
Again, we can go back right now.
I can't even let the video play. Corey's not letting it go. He's just not letting that go. That is like a rock that's just like right here. And Corey can't, he's like, I got to get this out the way. I'm not going to be able to move forward until I move this mountain out of my way.
I'm with it. I bet you won't say that shit. We know that. Right?
Okay, so Corey or Anton is now inviting Corey outside. But we're on a platform. We're and you know, let's go outside. Okay, this here ain't gonna give what it needs to give. Let's step outside. And I would rather in the light of a dwelling and outside of, I'm just not like break TV tables, chairs, find not like that. I come from an era where we used to go to the backyard. Who comes from the backyard era? Y'all take that. Y'all go outside with that. Y'all who comes from that today? All we see all over that's TV and Zeus Network. They are in people, man, bees and hotels down. Like, girl, who raised y'all? It's not good. Money. Somebody had to call. So yeah, I come from that generation. Like, house.
I got money for all this. Whatever.
I got money too. Nobody can fuck this shit.
Hey,
No,
Do you? I don't know why my life is going on. Do you see the continuing level of disrespect? Corey is referencing, I got money for my studio, nigga. The level of where he's like, I don't even really care about going outside right now. I'm here with this shit. I'm here. You can cash at me at Tanisha Talks Tees. Is my cash app? Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, Tanisha Talks Tees for blessings in my cash app. So, this is a mess. This is a mess, right? He is so disrespectful. I don't care about none of this shit. So I'm gonna drop my cash app down here. Okay, there we are. So if you want to bless the channel, you can. And greatly appreciate it. It continues to go into the work that I do to put in to give these lives. So thank you all so much for supporting. The very simplest support you can do is hype my video and like it and subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Thank you. Complete disrespect.
it's not respect.
I ain't falling for that. I ain't falling. Darlene, get out the way. Don't get in the way of two niggas. Let me tell you something, homie. I ain't got to go out back right now, because we got to go out back to lead this motherfucker. But I'm saying that dick sucking shit, watch that. That's all I'm saying. And if I don't say it how you like
If you want to get back to the conversation, we can get back to the conversation.
But just know,
I'm not listening to none of that shit, bro.
Nigga.
I'm not listening to none of that shit. If you want to get back to the conversation, we can get back to the conversation.
Long as you know.
Bro, you not
Because that ain't
not that tough.
So they done went into an intermission here. Corey is trying to give Anton grace, and I think it's because of his age and his recent injury that he suffered. I really do. I think that is
straight.
Why
Everything straight.
Corey is trying to give Anton some grace, because I don't know a man alive that are not under these particular set of circumstances where age and, you know, potential threat of injury furthermore than what you've already previously suffered would come into play, other than that reason when you are being challenged by your manhood. Okay, his manhood is completely at question right now. Anton said that Corey Holcomb gives gok. That is a ultimate level of disrespect. There's no other way around it.
Nobody saying I'm sucking dick no more. Everything straight.
For sure.
You can't let it go. Could you let it go, man? Man in the chat right now. Would you be able to let that statement roll past you, like roll off your back like water? Would you be able to do that? Please drop that in the chat. I really want to know if there are any men in here that would be able, no matter what you got to lose, no matter what, you know, set of circumstances are, wife is at home, grandkids, whatever the case may be, you know, career, job, you know, whatever the case may be, would you be able to let that just roll off your back?
I got a question for bro, though.
And I'm going to respect him on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He said what he said, so I'm going to respect him on that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, question. Given that black people are on the Democrat plantation, what do you say about the use of Christianity to make slaves out of black people?
In what, today's time or historically?
No, sir. Historically.
Yeah, absolutely. It was used in a negative way, but anything can be used in a positive or negative way. You can weaponize literally anything. Corporate America, for example, you can use the internet in order to push out propaganda, or you can use it to communicate effectively with the people. You can use money to manipulate people, or you can use it to help people. And so you can't just say.
Now, it's easy for Anton to just jump right back into mode of talking points and wanting to get, through to Corey's audience and his audience that he brought with him as well from his influence that he brings. It's easy. He was not disrespected to the level that Corey was. So Corey's whole demeanor is still stuck at that mountain that he has not yet been able to move.
That Christianity itself is used. The Quran is used in a negative way in order to control people. So it depends on the person, and that's why we evaluate the person based off of their fruits instead of evaluating them based off of Christianity itself. Because everybody that calls himself a Christian is not a Christian.
100%. So I agree that the teachings of Jesus are pure. However, in the hands of Caucasian white males,
that's not true, because I know some good Caucasian
the teachings
white men.
of Jesus,
and I know some bad Caucasian white men.
Okay, right,
so
correct.
look.
Now, I understand how everybody feels like they want to try to move past that statement that Anton made with Corey Holcomb. However, the elephant is in the room. It's squashing Corey Holcomb's whole understanding of who he operates as a Black man in America, because most of the agendas that are being pushed on Black men in America is homosexuality. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Okay? So Corey is now engulfed in the fact that Anton said that about him, and he knows, because Corey has spoke about this from time to time on his show, right? Where he said things like he has been in spaces and places where he felt that if he didn't move in like a homosexual way, he would not be accepted for certain positions and things like that. Excuse me, in Hollywood. So this is eating at Corey right now.
This out. This is what I listen.
Keep everything respectful.
Listen. This is what I'm saying. The reason I don't have a lot.
What question would y'all ask if y'all were in Corey's audience right now from the statement that Anton made about Corey Holcomb? What questions would you ask Anton and Corey after that statement was made? I would ask questions such as this. Anton, can you further please explain in the most rational, calmest way about what you said referencing to Corey with that statement that you made, to let's try to clear up some of this dust that's in the air, because there's a lot of dust in the air and I'm trying to get this shit out of here. Okay? That is the question I would ask. I wouldn't just try to sweep that under the rug. Let's try to clear that out of the air right now to then attempt to bring this back to where we can maybe hopefully have a civilized conversation.
People up here at the show is because I know a lot of people aren't initiated when it comes to talking to men of a certain mind state. And I don't believe you knew what you was doing when you said something about dick sucking, brother. I
done told you. Shout out to all 16 people in the chat. Okay, I've been gone for a while, but I'm back with the Give Grace to Crash Our Waist lives. I'm so happy y'all are taking to it. Please turn on your notifications so you never miss a live and a chance to interact with me when I do these. And like and subscribe. I told you, and Corey is not leaving this alone.
Apologize.
Okay. Hey, bro, I appreciate that.
I apologize.
I appreciate that, because this ain't no show. The last thing I want to do is get into it with you physically, but I have a switch.
I do too. When I'm a man, just like
I
you.
respect your switch. I respect your switch.
you too.
Okay, good. I'm glad, brother.
Good.
It ain't no fake shit right here.
Absolutely, I'm with it.
We straight. I respect your switch, brother. And
now, from that apology, I don't feel that it was as sincere as it needed to be. And Corey doesn't either. Corey's not a young man that doesn't operate off of understanding the vibes of, translating energy between each other. Okay. Follow up with, as a man to man, I was wrong for saying it in the manner that I said it. I meant it like this. I got caught up in my non-thinking about what I was going to say in my emotions, and it came out like that. It wasn't the brightest thing to say to another man. I know how that can trigger another man to thinking I called him a homo. Okay? And I would tell Corey how I meant to, say that. I think he gets into that later on. I might just let the whole video play because fuck it, we're reviewing the whole video now.
I'm saying a lot of people don't know the way I was brought up. You can't step to me like that. Well, I'm not checking you. I'm just trying to let you know
We good.
that when we talk to each other a certain way, like if dick sucking is brought up, that's just like motherfucking pissing on my shoes. So I'm saying like I could get back straight. We just when I see your hand, I'm phony.
Listen, I get into it with my homies. I get into it with my brothers. I don't have no sisters. I got three brothers, and we scrap it out. I scrap with my nephews. It is what it is, and then we shake hands and we keep it moving. Once we have a disagreement and we get it out of our system. So if we good, then we good.
I'm good.
I'm with. Let's get to the conversation.
That's why I tried to explain myself right there, because I'm like, this man probably don't even know that my mind is set up, Anton. My mind is set up when people do things like I call it Backdooria on my show. Mm-hmm. When people throw that at you, it's a set off. I'm saying like, I ain't trying to get set off. I think I'm a lot more than somebody with name calling to get at me. But I'm saying like,
but see, I don't believe you, Corey. I don't believe you, bro.
Okay.
And let me tell you why I don't believe you. Because you do the same shit that you feel offended by.
Really?
You do, absolutely.
Give me an example.
You just did it. You said a lot of shit to me that I don't necessarily care about.
I ain't said nothing about dick sucking.
You pick and choose what's disrespectful because you applying it to you. It's other people out there that don't take that shit.
Okay, well, I'm glad you said that. So listen to me, Anton.
But hold on. Let me say this last.
Land.
But I get it because you don't know me and I don't know you. So you don't know what I look at as disrespectful. And so as a result, I just let that shit ride. The only thing that ever triggers me is it, and this is why I like to do shows in person. I told you before the show, I said I don't do no more live streams with people that I don't know. Did I not say that? Because I want to see and look in their eyes and see what's really happening, right? And the reason that is because the only thing that set me off is if somebody make it seem like they ready to do something. Then I'm like, okay, well, it's all hands up. Fuck the conversation.
Well, how about this? People may be ready to do something for whatever reason they want to be ready to do something, but what?
Okay. If y'all follow Anton, which I believe some of y'all do, Timothy Taylor, Disco Carol, and may know of some of, the comings and goings of Anton Daniels, has he ever been called a white person ass kisser before in any other capacity? I know that have been in some of Anton's chats, and I see that go up. I've seen Anton, address it. I have not seen Anton, if I'm, mistaken or just not knowing of whenever maybe Anton has ever given smoke like that to anybody else that's called him a white man lover, however have you, then, if you know something that I don't know, drop that in the chat. or email me at tanishatalk@gmail.com so I can send me a link or something. I can go check that out. But I've never seen Anton give up the level of smoke that Corey has, or that he did for Corey. Maybe he's fed up with hearing it. I don't know. And it pushed him over the edge. I don't know. But I know that it's not uncommon for Black people to address Anton like that.
You know, in this world, they are trying to normalize men in dresses. They trying to normalize a woman wearing a thong in front of a church gathering or whatever.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I could handle whatever is happening out there, but I'm saying, like, I'm still standing on this. I'm standing on this. If a man walk up to me with some homosexual talk, like, I could take, I said this before, I could take a meeting at a brother like Tyler Perry's house because I know what's gonna happen if it go bad. The house gonna get tore up. I ain't saying that to act like I'm tough. I'm just saying,
I feel you.
There's certain things that we as men cannot say to each other without clashing. And it is my opinion with niggas that I know and where I'm from, if I say to one of my homies, man, suck a dick, everybody will get quiet that we know. And they'll be like, what is that? What is that? Because it's like, that's that homosexual talk. So what I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? If it's one way to get a brother.
Well, yeah. Anton told Corey that he got Gox. We would be looking around for a fight to, jump off in that thing. So, yeah, pretty much.
Brother like me, I know brothers who are preachers that would put their religion down for that right there. That's all I'm saying, black man. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. That's where you at. So I'm gonna respect that.
Thank you, brother.
It's simple as that.
I don't want no drama.
It's simple as that.
I swear I don't want no drama, man. My life is good.
Mine is too.
I believe you. My life is good.
I'm
man.
with you.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't want you to come up here for that. It's just the simple misunderstandings that we as men can have. I think older black men like us need to make sure there are boundaries that simply can't be crossed when men are talking. And if you tell me a boundary, Anton, if you tell me a boundary, I promise you, I'm going to do my best not to cross that boundary.
I'm not.
Went out my way not to call Willie D nigga, because I look at him the man.
I can't with Willie too. For me though, I don't give a fuck about the talking. I don't have no boundaries. I don't care if a nigga say something about me.
Wait a minute. If you don't live in a place in your life where you have boundaries, then you open yourself up for attack at all areas. If you don't set boundaries and have a boundary that you stand on, making sure that others need to know, this is where I protect, secure, and this is a safe place where these boundaries are in place. People will walk all through, ice skate on you. So I didn't understand that talking point from Anton. I didn't understand that. As a 40-something-year-old man, how can Anton live effectively without boundaries to an extent? I understand no boundaries when it comes to making money, when it comes to how much I love my wife, when it comes to what I won't do for my kids. You see what I'm saying? Things like that. But as far as like other people's respect for what you have done in your life, you must have boundaries or people will walk all over and through.
It is what niggas say shit like that all the time. Like that's the environment that we live in. I only care about my real life.
Can I ask you a question? You just said men talk disrespectfully to you in your face all
No.
this is nothing.
You did not hear what I said. I said they do that shit all the time. You see it in the chat, you see it in the comments, all of that shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't care about.
All right. Anton said a minute ago. I wasn't able to touch on it because I had to go check my door for a parcel. Anywho, that he fights with his brothers and nephews and things like that. I believe from listening to the Millionaire Morning Show, or maybe one of his After Dark or Room 9s, is one of them shows he be having, where he touched on that. And I think it's because y'all, let me know if y'all know any further, understanding behind this. I think it's because they don't necessarily so much respect Anton's views as their Black brother and uncle on having such a white mind. And I think that's why they get into it. And that's no way to live. You see what I'm saying? If at the age that Anton is, if he can't sit down with his brothers and his nephews and not per se bring them over to, living like him, but at least respecting his state of mind or, where he's coming from on his walk as a man in life, then you don't even need to be, continuously fucking with your family in that way. Because if it's always a fight, every time you go around your brothers and your nephews, that's, no way to live. Like, that's just constant chaos.
That shit, right?
That's right, because that's for the internet.
Right. So when people stuff, I don't take it personal because it's not a thing to me. It's just talk. The only thing I care about is what happened.
Okay, so did he not take that personal? Did he not take that personal? Thank you for teacups in the chat. Chad Smith, drop some teacups in the chat. Thank you. Flint Foundation says, y'all saying that because his voice is light. He really a cool dude. Anton does kind of sound like my daughter when he got a little loud with Corey. He did kind of give like a high-pitched olive oil voice. My daughter, she's so adorable. She sounds like olive oil. And so does Anton a little bit. Hi, Bobby BK 1965. I'm not saying that Anton is a cool dude. Outside of some of the disrespectful things that Anton says, I do respect Anton's, insightful information that he does have for, a greater, better way of operating and successfully setting yourself up for, living a more prosperous, peaceful life. I do. Trust me when I tell you, I do respect that, because those are the types of things that I look for, to continue to gravitate my own existence in my life with my family towards a better life, a better way of living. Like Anton has this bag chaser community over on Patreon, things like that, where he talks, stocks and bonds and real estate and, the job market, the economy. His Millionaire Morning Show, after he gets, all off into his talk about, what he got and how much he's spending on it and all the money and this and that Anton flaunts around in his, places he goes and things like that. You got to get past all of that if you're not really there for all of that, showing off. Because I don't think it's safe, to be honest with you, in today's day. There's too many of us that are not there's a lot of have-nots in this society that will look at Anton like a lick, straight up. You see what I'm saying? Anton is a big flaunter of very expensive things that he's not just wearing. Like, he'll have a $100,000 watch sitting here and he'll be like, yeah, ninja, my 100,000 watch. Y'all niggas ain't getting it like me. If you want to get it like me, better join the bag check. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being prideful of the success that you made, but it's another thing when you flaunt it in the face of others that ain't got shit. Okay, especially in a city like Detroit. So Chad Smith 50 says his voice got lighter when Corey switched seats and got in his face. Okay. He turned into Mariah Carey.
In real life. When I cut that shit off in real life, my life is great.
Right. Let me tell you something.
So my point is that I don't take nothing personal unless it gets personal, unless it gets physical. That's the only thing I'm up on. Anything else I can walk away from. I don't give a fuck about that. My life, I could walk away and I'm probably gonna never see that person again.
I understand.
So I don't
This is why the chat, I allow them, and in fact, I encourage them to be themselves in the chat, because this is a computer screen. But one thing I will say about, this is to the youngsters especially, because they the ones who really don't know. I'm talking about 35 and under. When you in a man's face, you have to watch how you talk to them, because face to face is a lot different than the computer. On the computer, I got motherfuckers
Let me ask you a question.
Motherfuckers saying all kind of shit about me on the computer.
Let me ask you a question.
But if they in my face saying that to me,
let me ask you a question.
It can go bad.
Why?
I'm not acting tough.
Hold on.
I'm not acting tough.
I'm asking you a real question. Why do you get triggered if somebody says that to you? Like, what is it in you that gets bothered?
So I understand where Anton is going with this rhetoric, right? If you don't do it, why should it affect you? That is something that, because I don't do what say you said I do, I'm up in arms with it. I'm up in arms with it. That's like somebody saying you're a child abuser and you know you're not a child abuser. You're not going to be like, I know I ain't no child abuser, so whatever you talk. You'll be like, wait a minute, check yourself at the door. I'm a parent that, takes care of my children and treats my children according to the way the Bible says I should spare the rod and spoil the child. Okay. And depending on the level of where y'all see it every day in the streets, how women especially are somewhere always coming for somebody's child, and saying stupid, crazy, and mothers that know better and are living above a higher level frequency than that, gutter stuff. They get up in arms about their child, and it's fighting words. Same here. Okay, no, I don't got other men's private areas. Okay, no, I don't. But it's highly offensive to say I do, and we got a problem.
I switch.
Okay, so listen to me. Manhood is all we got left. You really got to understand this. Just give me a second to land on this.
I'm with you. I'm listening.
If we don't have our manhood, we ain't got nothing. So when a man walk up to you and say something flirtatious to you, when a man walk up to you and say something where he's challenging your manhood and things like that, trust me, I don't care how savage it may seem. When you dealing with a man, you can set a man off if you in his face and you saying things that are not. I'm not talking about somebody just saying anything. I'm talking about there are certain things, like I can't walk up to a man walking down the street with his wife and son and say, man, your bitch thick. I'll be like, wait a minute. Of course, by me being older, the last thing I want is drama in the streets. But what I'm saying is you can't disrespect men face to face. You can do it online because it's easy to do it online.
Nope. See, that's where we disagree.
Okay, I want to hear this.
That's where we disagree, because you got to keep the same energy across the board. You can't pick and choose when you can disrespect somebody and when you can't disrespect somebody, and then pick and choose when you're going to react to somebody disrespecting you. You wrong, bro. You wrong as two left shoes. You're wrong, bro. I fuck with you. I fuck with you because you are one of the most disrespectful, and stand on that shit.
But I want to understand what you're saying, Anton. You miss me when you say you can't disrespect people with what? Make sure you explain that to me.
You got to keep the same energy across the board, bro.
I don't understand.
You can't say I'm a disrespect you online, but then you can't do nothing in person.
Well, trust me.
That's not. No,
I'm
you
not
can't
saying,
do that.
I'm not saying what.
We already know that goes down. There's a lot of internet gangsters out here that do that. So Chad Smith 50 says that's Black American business. Rule number 1: no man supposed to talk about or around purple squash emojis. That's not cool. If someone accuses someone of Epstein, just as equally offensive. Nah, it's up. Exactly. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you accuse somebody of doing something that's to the egregious level of life that especially people get persecuted for. Okay. Say somebody took what Anton said at face value about Corey Holcomb, and then they went on a crusade slandering Corey Holcomb all over the place, and say for whatever reason he went to go book a comedy show somewhere, and they're like, nah, we heard something about you. Nah, we don't want that kind of business going on over here. You see what I'm saying? If you don't stand on business out here for what really matters to you and what's, important to your livelihood, other people, other things in life will make you stand on it in one way or the other. And it'll come back and it'll slap you in your face and you'll wish like, oh, wait a minute. I should have stood on business over here because now over here I'm having problems.
You wrong about, but listen, talking to somebody in person is different than talking to somebody online. And if I'm so disrespectful, what do I do to be disrespectful online? Because you said I'm disrespectful online. I would like to know.
You said out of your own mouth that you will be disrespectful online.
Did
it ain't even. Yes, you did. You just said that.
Disrespectful online?
You said you can disrespect. It's different if you disrespect somebody online versus doing it in real life.
No, I didn't say what I would do.
How is it different?
I said if somebody in the chat room is saying something disrespectful about me, I don't hold that against them because they're
What
typing.
about when you're talking about real people?
What do you mean?
If you comment on somebody and you give your opinion on real people.
I don't want to go back and forth. I'm trying to make sure you understand what I'm saying. Do you hear me when I say
what you're saying?
Whatever I say online, giving an opinion of something is different than if
I said disrespectful. How can you determine whether or not somebody feels disrespected?
Well, feelings is one thing, man.
You felt some type of way?
Yeah, because ain't nobody finna stand in front of my face and talk to me like they on my level when it comes to homosexuality. Like that'll start a war. That'll start a war.
We can agree to disagree. I think you're wrong, bro. I personally, I'm telling you directly, you're hypocritical.
Okay, well, you could say that. I don't think I'm gonna win that argument with you now. But what I am saying to you, Anton, is when you are talking to men face to face, trust me when I tell you this, man, it's different than online. Face to face.
I'm the same person in real life as I am online. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Right? Anybody, listen, I go city to city. I'm not an online nigga, bro. Like, I create content online, but I really am out in every single city. I done visited almost every single state. I have real meetups in real life. I shake hands. I kick it with people in real life, and I go out there and kick it with the people. I'm not different online than I am in real life. People may think that because they may have never met me in real life, but I keep the same energy. I reciprocate. Or I'm willing to walk away unless it goes up. If it's gonna go up, then it's just gonna go up and we just gonna figure it out from there. But the fact of the matter is, I don't switch up.
See, I'm not
gonna talk about you online. Hold on. I'm not gonna talk about you online. And then when I see you in real life, I'm gonna be like, man, you know I'm just playing. I'm not that type of nigga.
Yeah, but
either I fuck with you or I don't.
But see, that's just one scenario, Anton. What I'm saying to you is this. This is what I'm saying to you. I ain't saying it to offset what you just said. I'm trying to talk to you now.
And I'm not a tough guy either.
I'm not either.
I'm not a tough guy.
I'm not a tough guy. I don't even want to perpetrate like I'm a tough guy. But what I'm saying is, when men stand between each other, there is energy that is being transferred. And trust me, when men disrespect each other face to face, motherfuckers can die.
I agree.
That's when I'm talking to a man, especially face to face, I try to make sure I don't go over the line. And if I ever go over the line, I can apologize.
Is what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying and I agree with you.
Right.
Why is it only face to face? That's where we disagree at.
Well, anything I said, I will say in the face of a man that I said it about.
All right, well, that's
I don't go there to try to I don't have to shock jock, even though that's something that people say easily. Oh, he's shock jocking. No. Anything I've said about anybody, I will say right to them if they standing in front of me. And I would like for somebody to research the internet on things I've said and show me that I wouldn't say something to somebody if they were standing there. The only thing I said I wouldn't say to somebody if they were standing there, because I saw Charles Barkley in the airport one day. And I realized how big he was when I saw him in the airport. Now, I've said things about Charles Barkley. If he was standing in front of me and he said, say that shit now, I'll be like, we black, man. Come on, let's calm down. I ain't gonna lie. That's the only one.
You know what the problem with this show today is? We got to do a part 2. Because we ain't talked about none of the shit that we supposed to talk about.
That's why, because we can't say dick sucking in front of each other, brother.
Well, I know that now, right? I get it.
And I appreciate you for giving me that.
I know that now. So we got to think about how long Anton has been operating under disrespect and no boundaries, where he feels like he can say whatever he wants to say and move according to however he feels. He has no boundaries to respect other people's spaces and places, right?
Because that's the, I forget, I'm still Corey, because I don't live a life of getting into it with people. I really don't.
No, Corey, you pick on people that you think ain't gonna respond to you.
Now, give me an example.
Corey, you pick your targets based off of what you think they ain't gonna do. And that's why you...
And goddamn me, Anton don't. How many of y'all have watched a show with Anton and he done picked on people that he thought really wasn't going to respond in a way that was going to be so affected, have him affected? Like when he did Jazz like that on that panel that night. That's why I don't watch Anton any longer. He called Jazz a whore because she is an unwed woman. That she's a whore because she, is having X with men in her life, however she appropriates her sexual life without being married. He called her a whore. And it was some of the disrespectfulest, rudest shit I've heard a man say to a woman that did not deserve to be called that.
You feel comfortable saying some of the wild shit that you say online.
But I asked you this, and I'm going to ask you again.
I'm not going to say
Give
no
me
names.
an example.
No, I'm not going to say no names.
You can't give an example.
No, I can.
Will
but
you please
because
give me
because I don't want to implement nobody into this that,
Y'all couldn't hear me. Sorry. Chad says usually Anton picks on women. Yeah, he usually picks on women. Anton is not from the culture. He would know that you can't talk to men that way. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Like, those are just talking points that you should know instinctually that you should not do. It's wicked.
No, that'll be bad. That's not a good thing.
Well, do you understand by you saying that?
I like to speak from my own perspective.
It sounds like babble.
But you know it's not babble. It's real, and you know it's real. That's why you laughing.
I'm laughing at you because you didn't. I had to ask you twice so far.
You pick your
said
targets
I pick on people
carefully,
and I said, give me an example.
You pick your targets carefully, very carefully.
So you can't give me an example
because
that's the third time.
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
You tiptoed around Dave Chappelle.
You talking about the last time I said something about him?
You tiptoed around Dave.
I'll give you that.
This is Anton trying to save face. He knows Corey's a comedian. He knows that is where Corey's biggest frequency vibrates at, is on a comedic level. So this is Anton trying to save face now. You can hear it in his voice. You can tell by the way he tried to switch up the tone of the conversation, the direction of it. Yeah, he's trying to save face now with Corey and try to maybe switch Corey back over to something that will be a little bit lighter and, something Corey can operate on, comedy.
tiptoed like a ballerina.
But now I'm gonna give you that.
No.
Like a ballerina. That was shade. That was so shady. Like a ballerina? Who calls other men ballerinas out here? I've been with my husband 10 years. I've never heard his friend call him a ballerina. I've never heard anybody call him a ballerina.
What did I tiptoe about?
You would not have did that shit on a regular motherfucker. You know that Dave Chappelle's last Netflix special was not it.
And I tiptoed around it.
And you tiptoed around it because you didn't want the smoke.
I did.
Overall. And so you pick and choose your targets carefully.
You say I didn't want the smoke.
No, because you didn't want the backlash.
Okay, but look, let me say this because you brought it up. I did tiptoe around how I really feel with the.
Okay, let me. Oh, Dizzle One Son says you sound like Anton hurt you. Anton did not personally hurt me, but I represent all Black women. I'm an empower and an influencer of uplifting Black women. So when he said that to the Black woman on his panel that I've watched continuously come up there and speak on his panel, I've never heard her disrespect him to the level of what he disrespected her at. He called her a whore. That was cruel and intentionally set to drive a dagger through her heart because she's not married. I don't know if y'all know. There's this YouTuber that talks about Anton or whatever, and she put up a video of Anton's wife, and she spoke about Anton. And from listening to her, she's not the happiest wife. Not saying that wives gotta be, just a lot of happy all day, because I'm a wife and I'm, it's up, down, in between. In relationships are some of the hardest things that you can incorporate, right? But she didn't speak highly of Anton. It wasn't this, glorious, fulfilled life with Anton that she spoke of about him. I don't dislike Anton, for like what he's contributed to his life as a Black man. Well, as a Christian man, he said he ain't a Black man. I don't know. Or however have you. No, that's not nowhere close to that. Okay. I do not like how he disrespects Black people. That's not warranted. I understand some of us are out here, walking in demon time. I understand that. I'm talking about, just everyday comers and goers of life trying to figure this shit out like everybody else. If you're not up on the level of Anton to Anton, you ain't shit. That's what I see, and that's what I said.
Last special, because I'm not gonna lie, it's everything that I said the time before when I spoke about him. Hot trash. No jokes. In the future, when people watch it, that don't know him like we know him now in this culture, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? I'll give you that. I did tiptoe around his special. And you know what?
And
I can live with that. I can live with that. But what else? I ain't trying to think of nothing else. But I'm saying I think that was kind of. And you found a way to bring that nigga into it.
I love you, Darlene. I love Craig. But they will not call you out on your bullshit and challenge you.
Now you trying to turn?
No. You asked me.
Corey got a little butthurt with that. I almost felt a little bit of like, oh, for Corey in that moment. He said, now you're trying to turn them against him. Like, we saw like a human side of Corey. Because don't get me wrong, I like Corey as a comedian. However, Corey is raunchy. He raw. He like goddamn me, Richard Pryor in his prime. Okay, that's Corey Holcomb today. Says anything, you know what I'm saying? He don't have no limitations on who and what type of, raunchy raw rhetoric that he talks about in his comedy. But it's all very relatable in some areas of life, okay, that Corey talks about. And so, you know what I'm saying? It's funny to me. I don't see Corey like, okay, I'm going to go and pick on Michelle Obama and call Michelle Obama abortion clinic, toilet flushing woman, because that ain't who she is. I see him talking about specific people, places, and times in his life that are relevant to whatever situations he's dealt with and been in. And when you want to be a relatable comic, you know what I'm saying? That's what you do, right? So to a degree, I like Corey more because he's real in the space that he walks and lives in from what I see. If you see something else, then you know what I'm saying, say you speak your piece. And yes, Chad 50, Smith 50, I do see that when watching Corey. So Chad Smith 5045 says, Craig and Darlene call Corey out all the time. Darlene and Corey has had full-blown arguments live on air. Anton knows not of what he speaks. Because Corey does. He says things to Darlene. I'd be like, whoa, the things Darlene put up with her job, shit. You know what I'm saying? We're like, someone would have been like, nigga, you made it up. I'm out of here. Now, he done said too much and went too far. However, Darlene comes from a little bit of a rough and tumble background. She spoke about her relationship with her mother and how times were rough with her. So Darlene has a little bit of a thicker skin than most of us. Okay. So, yeah, but I have seen that, chat. And, I'll be like, damn, Corey, you be pushing the envelope. Yeah. So.
For the feedback. I didn't volunteer it. You forced me. I said, you know what? I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Then you said, okay, well, Anton, go ahead and keep on naming names and let's get to it. Okay, well, let's get to it then, if that's what you want to do.
Well, how about this? Let me, can I respond
because
to that?
Darlene is real chill and she not gonna cause no friction. And Craig is happy to be here.
Okay, so can I say something about that?
But see,
I don't cut me off.
I don't give a fuck because I'm rich too, so I'm cool. I got my own movement. I got my own motion. So I can tell you the truth. And I think that you also surround yourself with people that will not challenge you because you big dog to them. Okay. You big bro.
Okay, so let me say this since you brought up Darlene and Craig. Let me say this. You don't know our relationship. But
I know what
I'm doing more teaching. I'm doing more teaching on some real street level shit than I thought I would have had to do. But listen to me, Anton. You don't know me and her relationship?
I'm listening.
Maybe the reason you don't get the results you want from her is because there's a certain level of respect that comes from me and her relationship. That's what I'm saying. You don't know, brother. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm not talking about
you speaking on her.
I'm not talking about you talking about her. I'm talking about when there's certain subjects that come up on your show.
We done argued on the air a million times.
Man, come on, bro.
I'm just saying.
Corey, sometimes you be on bullshit. Nobody call you out on.
Now I'm trying to teach you, but I don't think.
And Anton don't. Anton don't. I've seen Anton go in it with 2K talks. Q, Skinny, the guys that be on Anton's panel, I've seen him say some very disrespectful, no boundary things about them. And they don't let him just, spew out bullshit to them all day and night on their panels that they be on with Anton. All of them, I know 2K is. 2K, I watch his YouTube. Go over there and subscribe to 2K. And 2K has his own very successful platform. And is a very successful YouTuber as well. And I believe he's a veteran. He's married with kids, all of that. And Anton gives no damn. If he feels the need to disrespect his own panel, he does it.
Catching it.
Okay, I'm observe.
You don't know my relationship with this woman. You don't know. So when you
maybe Anton is jealous. Maybe he's jealous of Corey. Maybe he's jealous of the dynamic that Corey has with Craig and Darlene, because Darlene been up here 16 years. 16. So whatever's going on, Darlene is not pressed. And this is her mission to write out this project with Corey. He obviously has not, push Darlene over no edge to where she doesn't come every Tuesday, because she's here every Tuesday.
See it online and speak on what you see online.
It does. D's talk about bullshit. Hit that like and subscribe button. We are the Tea Talk tribe over here with Tanisha Talks Teas. Today we are doing a live on Corey Holcomb versus Anton. Corey Holcomb celebrity versus Anton Daniels, the YouTuber, on Give Grace or Is This a Crash Out Ways?
You can't really speak from factual things that are happening in the world, Anton.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So, and with Craig, I don't know why motherfuckers say Craig don't have a backbone around me. Because one thing I say that Craig beat most motherfuckers' ass I know.
Craig is a beast out here in life. I don't know if y'all know Craig like outside of 5150, but I knew Craig from like being with Meeks and Big Jai on YouTube and stuff, and then they went over to Tubi and things like that. And I think Craig does some work with T.I. Like he's moving around, like he's going up the ladder in his life successfully. So shout out to Craig. And so I ain't never saw Craig be no punk in any type of circle. I know Craig does his own show called Craig Facts and stuff, where he has like a studio of people that come in, you know what I'm saying? And they're like people from his element, things like that. I don't ever see Craig punk down to nobody for no reason in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Now, what I do see Craig doing is giving Corey respect, which is lack of what Anton did when he came into Corey Holcomb's set. I do see Craig give Corey respect on his platform. He don't talk over him. He don't, call them homosexuals and things like that. He don't, disrespect him as a man. Now that I do see.
I see motherfuckers don't be fighting Craig. I see motherfuckers don't run up on him with that bullshit quick. The motherfuckers who I seen ran up on Craig way bigger than Craig. So the obvious needs to be said, because I believe that there's a lot of people who don't know the obvious, and I can't teach you that in an episode. But I'm saying, like, if you ever see me around any woman, Anton, if you see me around any woman, trust me, dude's been paid, homie. And I can't say it no other way better than that. Dude's been paid. That might not be something you would catch. I'm saying this for the streets. Dude's been paid, homie. Trust me, man. Trust me. I don't be around just anybody. I can't let any type of woman just come with me and be connected to me in no way. I don't like that. If you around me, it's a reason you around me. And I'm saying, like, I don't know if I could graduate you to that next level of the conversation. And it ain't no disrespect to you. But I'm saying, like, you see somebody around me.
Now, do you see how unprofessionalism and having no boundaries and no limitations on where you draw the line for respect of others can block your blessings? Corey just said that he would have maybe possibly liked to take an Anton to another level of opening him up to his world. However, whatever capacity that may have been in, may have had Anton come back and be a continuing person on the show from time to time. Who knows? Whatever. Because I promise you, from Craig being up here, he's moved up successfully, in the ranks with celebrities, rubbed elbows and everything, got opportunities. Craig got sense enough to know how to, present himself professionally, and use that to move himself into successful places. So,
I ain't just got anybody around me. Dudes been paid, homie. That's what I'm saying. And I ain't saying that tough either. I'm just trying to say it in a way where I hope you can understand. Yeah. Okay. So anybody around me, dudes been paid. I don't let anybody around me. If you around me and dudes ain't been paid, I'm trying to get away from you because I don't know you. And ain't no dudes been paid, so I don't know you. I don't know you.
And we spoke right before the show.
Question for Anton. Anton.
What happened?
No, I'm not talking about.
No, I understand.
You get me?
I got that. Right. I got that. But in my case too, whenever I choose to speak up.
I don't think that Corey likes that Darlene is talking to Anton after this. This is just all so crazy. Do you see Corey's face when Darlene started talking to Anton? He like, why are you talking to this sucker nigga sitting here still? Don't talk to him. He already seemed jealous of our relationship as successful, continuing 16-year podcasters up here on the 5150 show. So that's what I read.
Or challenge him on anything or tell him, look, I don't agree with that or what have you. I won't keep delving into it because I don't see the point, because I know at a certain point with men like you at your age, there's not going to be any change. So why? I don't even bother with it. I just, I might say, I don't like that. I don't agree with that. And then if they want to continue, I'm not for it.
I'm with you.
That's it. I just don't like, I don't do that. I got way more important fish to fry. And I thought, I'm not going to change this man's mind on stuff. So I just don't even bother. That's it.
But another thing about the ladies, since we talking about this, see, whenever I see a woman with a man, most of the time, if it ain't your wife, I already say to myself, what is this fuck shit? Why is this motherfucker in the streets with you? That's how I feel about life. So I'm saying, like, that might be a prejudice that I have, I can admit. If a woman is in the streets with a man, fuck is this?
Why? Why do you care about that? Why is that meaningful to you?
No, it's not that I.
Whoa! So Corey is bringing up this Mika chick that everybody's been going around talking about. Mika is somebody that be on Corey's platform, or not, sorry, Anton's platform. I think she kind of moderates stuff. Or is Mika the girl, the married girl? Which one is Mika? I know I've heard about Mika. People were speaking about maybe they had an inappropriate relationship or whatever, but there was word on the curb that Corey's wife is fine with Mika. La da da da. She thinks it's harmless. Excuse me. But however, others are speculating other things. Is this what Corey's talking about?
I care at all because it's not my business. But I'm saying, like, if a man stepped to me with a woman and it ain't his wife, all I do is say to myself,
you mean like checking you?
Not checking me, brother. I'm saying, like, if a man has a woman with him,
okay,
and you know what I'm saying, it's not his wife, I don't know what the fuck that is, and I don't want nothing to do with it. That's all across the board as I've gotten older and wiser. Like, if a man got a woman with him and he say, hey, hold on, man, how you doing? This is my lady, so-and-so, so-and-so. It makes me say, okay, this is his lady. That's what that is. But I'm saying, like, if a man is in the streets with a woman, sitting next to a woman, and all like this, whatever, and this bitch ain't been explained, I'm like, hold on. What the fuck is this sucker shit? Especially if it's imposed in any way.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying.
Killing me.
And I know you know what I'm talking about, because you ain't finna act like you ain't smart. You smart than a motherfucker.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if somebody.
Wow.
And see, that is where people have a divide with Anton. Anton comes up on this internet and pretends like, he puts up a fallacy about who and how he is behind, the screen. But when things are in our face and we're seeing stuff in real time on this real screen, he be like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you didn't just see me kissing her. What you mean? You didn't just see her all hugged up on me. What you talking about? And we're like, We know what we saw. What are you talking about, nigga?
Somebody introduces you. If somebody took the time,
I don't
to
know what
actually,
he's talking about.
if somebody actually walks in and takes the time to introduce you to somebody, that's being imposed on. I'm like, uh-oh.
There's people in the
That's
chat
how
say,
I
what
see
is
it.
Corey talking about? All the uninitiated don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm like,
uninitiated.
don't introduce me to, especially if I know that person. or
That's how I believe that.
This is what I know. This is what I am. I admit that I am a C student.
In what?
In life and everything.
Okay.
In school and everything. I'm a C student. So the way I like to do it is I like for people to break it down to me like a C student. Help me to understand like I'm just.
How much more layman's terms do Anton need to know? And I'm tired of this C student shit, nigga. You out here with stocks, bonds, real estate. You buying Ferraris every other week on your platform. You got sense enough to, you know what I'm saying, elevate on a high frequent dollar amount. You know what Corey's saying. He's not speaking Chinese. You done rolled up in this studio somewhere with a woman that ain't your wife. And y'all look hugged up.
I'm barely graduating. Break it down to me like a little child. The way that you would talk to a child, talk to me.
Right.
That's why I like to do it. And it's easier for me to digest it.
I like that you said that, but see, I'm at a stage of the game. I ain't got time to talk to kids.
Why not?
I don't got time to talk to kids. My kids grown, and I'm saying like if they ask me to go to the school and speak to the children, I would tell the children to do what's right, because I know that's what they're supposed to do. I'll be like, listen, do what's right. Whenever you get that feeling like you're doing something wrong, then step back and do what's right. That's what I would tell kids. That way I would be able to speak from the heart.
So you're one of those do what I say, not what I do?
No. Let me tell you what my translation of that is. This is my translation of that. I don't want to substantiate my argument, or I don't want to break it down to where you'll actually understand it, because you may be able to break down what it is that I'm saying. So I choose to only speak in riddles, and I also want to speak in parables, because then I could say, well, if you don't know, you don't know, you don't get it. Now, I might get it. I might know exactly what you're talking about, but I might act like I don't know what you're talking about because I want you to substantiate your argument. So that's what I stand on. But that's why I say break it down to me like a C student, so that I can truly understand exactly what you're talking about. So that we all.
This is a hot ass mess. Kiki Petty 3462 says, I hope his wife is listening. You heard me, because this is a lot. This is a lot right now. Apparently he done rolled up in the studio with some random. Chad Smith 5045 says, Anton is acting stupid. He know exactly what Corey is saying. Period. Like, you out here operating at such a high frequency on everything else. You got wisdom and understanding and knowledge for everybody else's movements of how a man is supposed to appropriate themselves, especially a married man. But yet you can't figure out what Corey is saying to you about what he sees you got going on in his studio with this random woman you done brought in here that Corey obviously recognizes is not his wife.
All can understand it, because we all may need to learn something.
Right. So
That's
look, what you said,
they teach, right?
you said you go, but what you said in there, that was a key word. You act like you don't know. And I know you act like you don't know, brother.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You just said it. Believe me,
Why
you said
is
it.
Phil laughing?
Phil's silly. He's silly.
Look,
really
you know
trying
what?
to look. It was an intense moment in here, Anton, and we trying to make it where it is professional. We trying to make it where it ain't what everybody said might be or whatever the fuck. Because I ain't with all that. I ain't got to go to war with no man.
Oh, and let me say this. A hit dog is hollering right now. Corey is a hit dog right now. And we done all been hit dogs at a time or two in our life, right? So what do? We bite back. Corey's biting back right now with Anton, with this girl he got in his studio, Mika. Hi, Mika. He is biting Anton back in the ass right now. Anton hit him with that gok statement, and Corey is trying to hit him where it hurts his manhood too. And another strong way you can hit a manhood is if you attack his wife. You attack his home base. And if you can expose that a man is cheating or looking like he doing something outside the scope of his marriage, that's a hard hit. Okay.
Show and probably didn't understand one thing how I was thinking, and I probably didn't understand one thing how he was thinking.
Corey not gonna have me back on the show, y'all.
You funny, man. You
not gonna have
funny.
me back on the show.
If I wasn't gonna have you back on the show, I wouldn't have shook your hand. I hope you believe that. When I caught myself, I was like,
You know what
man,
I'm doing
this
right
man
now,
don't know that
Phil?
he
I'm putting
did.
pressure on him to get me back on the show.
But it ain't working
By
that.
saying that he not going because
It ain't gonna work like that. But I'm saying,
Corey don't like this, though.
I would never get into any type of conversation with Anton because, for one, Anton admits himself that he has no boundaries and he has no respect for anybody else's, life but his own. So, what type of conversation would anybody want to have with Anton? A person that operates on that frequency. If there's no mutual respect between people that are, functioning somewhere in the same space together, there's going to be tension. There's going to be fights. Yes, we can agree to disagree, but we cannot agree to accept disrespect that really hits us to the core. We cannot do that. Chat says, laugh out loud. I can see how you think that. You might be right. The hardest hits are the ones you don't see coming. Thank you. Like, this is wild.
He don't like this.
What? I think it's
what Corey don't
listen,
like? Why you talking to that man over there? I'm sitting right here.
Because I got to talk to Phil.
So let me
I'm talking to Corey through Phil
over here because this.
You know what I'm saying?
What it really is, right?
If you know, you know.
Corey,
here's the thing.
Corey is about to spill some tea on me, so let me turn this way and talk to somebody else about anything other than I may be here with a harlot that, you know what I'm saying, I done incorporated to come to LA with me that ain't my wife. And I don't know what Corey done heard or done seen, maybe go on backstage before the show started. Because people do this. People talking. They probably seen Anton hug her or something, a little too tight or too close, whispering in her ear. Who knows? Okay. Chat says, Anton talks over you. The minute you get him into a place where he feels he has to defend himself, he will over talk you, which will lead me to exit the conversation. Okay. Thank you.
When niggas get into fights. I'm telling you, this is how it jump off. Go ahead.
Corey not gonna have me back on the show because Corey is not having fun right now. This is gonna be one of Corey's best shows, but he's not having fun right now. And Corey seems to be
Corey goes viral.
A feeler.
Corey goes viral every week.
I'm more of a results-driven guy. Corey seems to be the type of person that goes off of how he feels.
If you notice, I'm doing a lot of explaining to you about how the line can get crossed, but you're doing a lot of telling me what I am. I think that's homosexual behavior.
I said Corey seems to be, meaning that I'm leaving.
Corey good for that. Corey is good for that. Okay, he like the women that be out here just calling men zesty for any little thing. Like, Cause see, you ain't open the door for me. That's zesty behavior. What would you rather be doing? Somewhere doing something for your homeboy? You zesty. You know how like the women are throwing that out here about men everywhere? Corey is like, you're not talking to me. You talking to him about me. That's women's behavior. You must be zesty. I'm so over it. But I'm with all this shit. That's why I was gonna like give a 15-minute live about this, but this thing got very, 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 very interesting. Corey got him with that homosexual behavior. This is wicked work.
Open the door to get corrected. I want him to correct me if I'm wrong, but I still want the freedom to be able to give my opinion. So you don't want me to get my
You
thoughts?
can have the freedom, brother. What I look like trying to take freedom from you?
No. I'm starting to feel some type of way, bro, because why is everything homosexual to you?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, if
When did the conversation turn into homosexuality again?
Okay, I'm gonna let you land. Because I don't want to talk over you.
I'm trying to understand it. Why is everything gay?
I can explain it.
Okay, go ahead.
Maybe look, I'm not saying that you gay, but what I'm saying is if you looking at another man and you say you talking to me through another man, if I'm a man, I'm gonna say, well, I'm right here.
Yeah, but you're not getting it.
You still talk about me. Homie, this is a gay conversation.
It's not.
When you talking to men who play in riddles and stuff like that, I'm telling you.
You the one that's talking in riddles.
You ain't never been to jail, have you?
Hell no, I ain't never been to jail.
I could tell. I could tell.
You been to jail?
Nope. Nope.
So what the fuck that mean then?
I'm just saying, like, if you went.
I'm not, and see, that's why I'm not biased. I'm not biased. I just happen to like Corey's, life out here as he is in comedy movies, the movies that I'm like, Black Jesus, 5150 Show, and I watch all of Corey's stand-ups. A little bit more favorable than I am of Anton, but what does that got to do with anything, Corey? Why does a nigga have to go to jail to be somebody that, is knowing of who they are and where and what they are?
To jail, they would have.
I don't recommend anybody go to jail. Jail's not a place to be. So it's hell on earth. Yeah.
Start you over from scratch.
What would they do to you?
The people who
you would be the tough one.
No. Just let me land with this. The people
I don't think from a jail perspective, nigga. I'm not a jailbird. I'm never going to jail.
I see.
What the fuck is we talking
you can't
about?
say what you'll never do, but I'm saying
never going to jail, bro.
Okay.
I don't even have that in. Dog, I don't even like that type of energy.
I'm just trying to make a point. Anton. What I'm saying is, I have been around enough people who have been institutionalized where I know how to carry myself around men who not finna play with you. That's all I'm saying. I don't
hang around niggas that been to jail, so I saw for it that way. The way you saw for it is a little bit different than the way I saw for it.
Okay, my dad has never been to jail, and let me tell you, for sure, he would know better than to say something like this to another man and not expect it to be up and stuck. Period. Like, my dad is not a jailbird, worked all his life, very upstanding man in the community, God-fearing and law-abiding. And he would not say what Anton did to Corey.
Okay.
So I choose not to hang around niggas that's been institutionalized, that had to carry themselves a certain way because they made a decision that they wasn't supposed to make.
And it shows that you've been around people that ain't seen the other side of the game. Because some of the smartest men I know they've been to college and gave that time up. And it was actually a learning process for them.
Hold on, I can't skip over this comment. Chad Smith 5045 says Anton let the booty warrior compliment him and tell him that he would make him his girlfriend. Anton already has no credibility. Okay, do tell, Chad. Do tell more, because I don't know what that's referencing to Anton. I hear that he was with someone named Fleece somebody. Is that who you're talking about? Made that statement to Anton, and Anton, what happened from that? Please, if you have a moment, drop that part of the tea in the chat. Thank you so much for bringing that to the table.
But they still got to stand 10 toes down when they out here, Anton. I don't believe that you tried to disrespect me now that I've been talking to you. I don't believe that. I believe that you are the way you are. I am the way I am. And
Did you hear Anton giggle? Did you hear Anton giggle when Corey said that? When Corey said, I now believe that you did not intentionally mean to disrespect me to the level that you thought it was going to be. I think maybe you just said that because you thought that maybe, that's what you should say in reference to however you think I'm backpedaling when I speak about people up on my panel. However, Anton laughed at that. Just the disrespect. Okay, Chad says, look up when Anton Daniels interviewed Fleece Johnson, the booty warrior. 1 second.
Can clash if people are not educated on how to be around each other, because men can go to war over misunderstandings.
He's throwing an intellectual shot right now.
What am I doing?
So without saying it, he's basically saying, oh, you from a different space, so you don't get the way that we move over here.
Over here or anywhere in the United States of America, and that's not a black thing. I'm talking about Caucasians, Hispanics, and Asians understand the respect level men must have when they're in front of each other, because it can trigger war. That's all I'm saying to you.
I understand everything that happens when it happens. I'm a chess player. That's what I've been playing my entire life. Okay. Maybe you walked into something that you wasn't expecting.
I don't go with.
Maybe I knew what you was gonna do before you did it.
Maybe. But I tell you what, that's a dangerous game to play, especially if you got a life that you live in. Because I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of people in the cemetery that didn't know it was gonna happen like that fast. That's why out here, I try to walk under the code. There's a code out here.
No, you don't. And that's why I said
you say I don't walk under the code?
No, you're hypocritical. I told you that to your face.
The whole world a hypocrite, but what are you talking about?
No, you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite when it comes.
I believe you.
Are we talking about this?
And I'm gonna tell you why. Listen, I just can't even picture myself ever being locked up.
That's good.
I will do anything to stay out of prison. Like I won't steal, kill, destroy, nothing.
That's good.
I knew from a very early age that I'm not built for that. You know what I'm saying? And so I just never even wanted to put myself in that hypothetical situation. So when I was seeing you,
I ain't saying this to be disrespectful.
No. I don't think it's disrespectful. I think that it's.
I think you're cute, for real. But
me?
Yeah.
Not me.
Not in that good.
Not me.
I'm saying, hold on. Good looking. Let's say it like that. Good looking. Well, if you was locked up, and if you was locked up, like and we was locked up, I would talk to you.
You see it, please. And I'm gonna tell you why. I just can't even picture myself ever being.
Oh my God. What the hell? What did I just watch? What did I just watch? So apparently Anton had an interview with this guy, Fleece Johnson. I don't know who he is or where he came from, but I guess apparently he spent some time in prison. And he told Anton that he was killed. And if Anton was incarcerated with him, he would, make him his boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And Anton laughed about it like it was a joke. But we know that, most of us should, that if somebody says some shit like that to you, that is not a laughing matter. That is so not a laughing matter.
Cold.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Because you think that you can say what you want to say when you want to say it, and that people are supposed to respect the way that you move. But I don't think that you move the way that you're supposed to anyway.
I want this thing to be studied, because here's the truth. Brother Anton is talking about everybody else but himself and white men. This is a fact.
I like this chat. Let me tell y'all
He's
why I
talking
love the
about
chat.
everything but himself and white men.
No, listen, I told you I want to come back and have a full conversation about it. Or we can talk about it right now. I ain't got nothing better to do.
Study this episode.
Shout out
he
to
ain't
the
shit on Caucasian males.
Shout out to the
he ain't
chat.
shit on
I'm
himself.
not gonna shit on nobody.
Yeah,
Shout
you
out to
shitted
the
on
chat.
black people. You shitted on motherfuckers.
I feel like I shitted on you. To your face. To your face.
Be careful shitting on me, because I feel like you talk shit again.
I'm not talking shit. I'm
well,
telling
be
you.
Careful.
I'm telling you.
You shitted on me to my face, but that shit will lead to some danger.
Will we please stop the
Trust me.
The tough talk? I got security. You got security. Ain't
Homie,
nobody
I ain't got security. Them my people.
Cool. Them your
You
security
gotta
people.
hire a motherfucker to be with you.
Absolutely. I'm always gonna hire somebody.
You better.
100%.
How you be talking?
Corey, stop talking tough. Stop talking.
Homie,
tough.
you
just said that.
I'm not talking tough. I'm talking to you straight up.
Why are you so?
You said you disrespected me in my face, and then you act like it was all good.
That I disrespected you to your face. So I'm confirming what you said. You felt disrespected. So I am telling you, why are you so?
You said you disrespected me in my face.
And
he ain't shit on himself.
I'm not gonna shit on nobody.
Yeah, you
Shout out to
shitted
the
on
chat.
black people. Is talking about everybody else but himself and white men. This is a fact.
I like this chat. Let me tell y'all.
He
why I
talking
like
about
this.
everything but himself and white men.
No, listen. I told you I want to come back and have a full conversation about it, or we can talk about it right now. I ain't got nothing better to do.
Before we get into the next crash out between Anton and Corey, I have got to read some of these comments. So okay, Chad. No, I'm sorry. Reefer Seeds. That was an uncomfortable laugh, not a flattered laugh. Get it together. Stop it. Get some help. They doing the most. They doing the most. However, you know, yeah, I don't know who's laughing about somebody trying to make them their girlfriend in prison, but that's what he did. He laughed. So Corey can't stay on subject. Felice Johnson spent over 30 years in prison. Boondocks did a whole episode. Is that who the character in Boondocks is? If I want you, I'll have you. It's, oh my God. And what the hell is Anton Daniels? What was he doing sitting with his ass? My Jesus. Anywho, the things we'll do for a click and a view, I suppose. Not Tanisha Talks Teas, but let's keep it cute. Remember to drop your teacups in the chat, like and subscribe. Turn on your notification bell so you never miss a live. Felice Johnson got his game from Locked Up on MSNBC. Okay. We know about Felice, but do we all know about Corey at Tyler Perry House, says Reefer Seeds. Corey talk tough, but Tyler knows Barry. Reefer Seeds, what you hitting on? The next crash out is on its way. Okay. Yeah, let's get into
Study this episode.
Shout out to the
shit on Caucasian males.
Shout out to the
he ain't shit on
I'm
himself.
not gonna shit on nobody.
Yeah,
Shout
you
out to
shitted
the
on
chat.
black people. You shitted on motherfuckers.
I feel like I shitted on you. To your face. To your face.
Be careful shitting on me.
Why do we? What is wrong with us? You are still okay. Corey gave him more passes than anybody I know in somebody else's house. You see what I'm saying? Because that's Corey's house. That's his studio. Been there 16 years. Anybody else would have escorted his ass out of there. He's still sitting here. I'm 2.5 hours. I was only going to do 15 minutes. I'm 2.5 hours in. Okay. And now he is saying this. Something upstairs is not clicking with Anton. Anton's not operating off of a moral compass that most of us operate in and should know better. Hell, even kids know better than the, you know what I'm saying? Act out at somebody else's house. Remember when your mom used to tell you, when we get in here, don't touch shit, sit down, don't be in grown people's face. It's like, who raised you, Anton? Goddamn. I thought you came from respectable, you know, black people, family. Corey had Aries Spears flashbacks. Corey don't want to pay another lawsuit. I heard that. This and here we go.
Because I feel like you talking shit again.
I'm not talking shit. I'm telling you.
Careful.
I'm telling you.
You shitted on me to my face, but that shit will lead to some danger.
Will we please stop the
trust me,
the tough talk? I got security. You got security.
Homie, I ain't got security. Them my people.
Cool. Them your
You gotta hire a motherfucker to be with you.
Absolutely. I'm always gonna hire somebody.
You better.
100%.
How you be talking?
Corey, stop talking tough. Stop talking.
Homie,
tough.
you
just said that.
I'm not talking tough. I'm talking to you straight up.
Why are you so?
You said you disrespected me in my face, and then you act like it was all good.
That I disrespected you to your face. So I'm confirming what you said. You felt disrespected. So I am telling you that.
So does Anton feel like because he carries security with him everywhere he goes that he can operate on a lower moral integral compass than what is needed to not cause crash outs that could potentially get his bodyguard in a situation where he may have to oop somebody or some shit like that or beat somebody up real bad? Oh, that's not good.
I disrespected you if that's the way you felt. Is that not what you said? You said that out of your mouth. And so I apologized when you said that you felt disrespected.
No. The reason you said you disrespected me in my face
because you don't accept the apology because you still
talk about everybody else except yourself and white men.
I'm telling you what I said. You felt offended by it, so I apologize. All I'm doing is rehashing a conversation that happened. Why are you so easily offended?
You still talk about me? It's like I'm arguing
because I'm right. See,
I'll be around bitches and they tell me about myself all the time. Be gone.
No.
That shit don't hurt no feelings. It's probably better this way.
Because I just proved my point.
Be down. So you proved the point.
You're hypocritical.
Homie, just gone, man. Just gone, man.
You
just gone.
I'm about to jet.
You done did this before. Get your bitch ass the Hey, homie.
All right, I'm out.
Get your bitch ass the fuck on. And walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch, nigga. Walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch.
You proved my point.
I got shit to do.
You're right.
Don't bring bitches up here, dog, that you ain't finna stand on.
Right.
Remember I told you that. If you got a bitch with you, explain the bitch. Don't ask her to be on my show, nigga. She be on the show. I don't know that bitch, nigga. Now get your whole ass the fuck on and pay for your pussy like you got to, cake ass nigga. And go get you a bodyguard, cause the nigga be done slap the shit out your bitch ass. I got shit to do. I ain't finna follow that nigga out the door. I am who I say I am. I stand on it. Fuck a friend. Now who the next motherfucker to come up here? What up?
There's a new word in the dictionary.
Okay, what just happened?
Up here, dog, that you ain't
Don't have hired somebody.
You better?
100%.
How you be talking?
Corey, stop talking tough. Stop talking.
Homie,
tough.
you
just said that.
I'm not.
I mean, if Anton would take a second to not feel so God complex, he would realize, like Chad Smith 5045 said, Corey is giving Anton jewels. I don't care how old we are. I learn something every day. I'm by far all knowing. The only thing higher knowing is God, right? If we believe in God, then we know that God is the only one that is higher, is all knowing. We are far from that. We can learn something new every day. They discover a new plant every day, a new this every day, a new that every day, right? He was giving Anton so many things that even at his age, he should know, but apparently don't. That he could start walking in to have a better existence and even potentially grow to an audience of where he'd reach that million. Because I know Anton wants to be that million, that Tasha K. I got 1 million, follow subscriber. So, as all enlightening as Anton can be in certain areas of life, you would think he would have over 1 million, 2-3 million subscribers, right? But he's not reaching the depth of the people, you know what I'm saying? Because he has no boundaries. He said that. This went left. Chad says, Corey just turned it back on Anton. This was the part people missed. Yes, I did. Okay. This what made the whole broadcast funny. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much for talking teas with Tanisha. We are called the Tea Talk Tribe over here. Even if you're not like a person that holds your teacup and sips tea, you can appreciate my content. This is on my live that I do called Give Grace or Crash Out Waste. At the end, we're going to, talk about who we think deserve grace, if anybody, and who crashed out the most. So, yeah, this was pretty funny at the end. Whoa.
I'm not talking tough. I'm talking to you straight up.
Why are you so?
You said you disrespected me in my face. And then you act like it was all
You said that I
good.
disrespected you to your face. So I'm confirming what you said. You felt disrespected. So I am telling you that I disrespected you if that's the way you felt. Is that not what you said? You said that out of your mouth. And so I apologized when you said that you felt disrespected.
No. The reason you said you disrespected
But you still
me
triggered
in
by
my
it
face
because you don't. You felt offended by it, so I apologize. All I'm doing is rehashing a conversation that happened. Why are you so easily offended?
You still talking about me? It sounds like I'm arguing
because I'm right. See,
I'll be around bitches and they tell me about myself all the time. Be gone.
No.
That shit don't hurt no feelings. It's probably better this way.
Because I just proved my point.
Be down. So you proved the point. Homie, just gone, man.
You hypocritical,
just gone,
bro.
man.
You
Just gone.
hypocrite. I'm out the jet.
You done did this before.
He's
Get your
hypocritical.
bitch ass the
And
Hey, homie.
All right, I'm out.
Get your bitch ass the fuck on and walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch, nigga. Walk over there with your bodyguard and your bitch.
You proved my point.
I got shit to do.
You're right.
Don't bring bitches up here, dog, that you ain't finna stand on. Remember I told you that. If you got a bitch with you, explain the bitch. Don't ask her to be on my show, nigga. Can she be on the show? I don't know that bitch, nigga. Now get your whole ass the fuck on and pay for your pussy like you got to, cake ass nigga. And go get you a bodyguard, because the nigga be done slap the shit out.
Now, I know some of y'all are going to say that was hypocritical of Corey to say, go pay for your coochie like you need to. Corey does, but Corey don't got to. I don't think Anton has to do that either. However, I don't think Anton moves from a place of, you know what I'm saying, where he's just so intriguing to women in certain ways that they wouldn't require money from Anton. I am not gonna hold you that Anton, he's not the most attractive black man. So yeah. But that was crazy that Corey said that, because Corey always says how he pays for coochie, but let's keep this wrong.
Your bitch ass. I got shit to do. I ain't finna follow that nigga out the door. I am who I say I am. I stand on it. Fuck a friend. Now who the next motherfucker to come up here? What up?
So there's a new word in the dictionary called rage bait, right? So that's what you just witnessed. So
rage bait. Let me tell you something.
It's a new word.
It ain't no new word.
Okay, bet. It's
Let me
old
tell you
behavior,
something.
new word.
Where I'm from, if a nigga say something about sucking dick, nigga, it's on.
And he knows
I don't know nothing about no niggas saying nothing to no nigga where niggas talk about suck dick and niggas be ready to swing.
And he knows that.
But he didn't say that dick sucking shit again. Get your fat ass out of here, nigga.
There's just certain words
That's
you
a
just don't
hating.
use.
In here with this bitch that he know ain't his wife and motherfucker trying to get the bitch on the show. Bitch, nigga, you ain't got it like that, nigga. Get your cake ass out of here, nigga. Like, I'm finna be upset. This is what I wanted to talk about today, mainly. We have a situation in America going on where there are a lot of men that don't want to reveal themselves, but they have bitterness because they know you're not the type of guy they are on the Backdooria side of the game. Let me say this one more time. There's a lot of men in this world that don't want to reveal themselves, but they're upset at men who expose Backdooria, so they find other ways to talk about you, and they won't never reveal who they are. I want to start a campaign to teach men how to be good sissies. I talked to a couple of people I know today. A good sissy.
Hell no.
is a man who knows how he gets down, and he knows how you get down, and he won't never cross them lines. I could be around a man who indulges in other men's behavior, and he know I don't get down like that. So if he don't ever impose it on me or find ways to talk crazy to me that's not straight on, see, the straight on way, he don't like you because you don't agree with the Backdooria behavior. But if they don't want to come at you like, I know you don't like Backdooria behavior, they come at you with something else. It's the curveball effect. So we have to teach these guys how to be good sissies. Hold on.
I gotta say,
still on the phone.
hey, again, remember, he would rather storm off than talk shit about.
He's done that
white
before.
men.
He's done that. He didn't never say nothing about white men.
Democratic shit.
Right. He didn't never say nothing about white
Stormed
men.
off. We wouldn't say shit about.
But
the white men.
he didn't have to say nothing about white men. If he just said something about me sucking dick again,
Right.
I was already looking at that eyeball because that's what I wanted. I wanted that
tell you
nigga to be on that next podcast like this.
He wouldn't look a white man in the eye.
If he'd have said something about sucking dick right there, I was finna found that nigga, and whatever come with it, I'll be having to spend some more money in court because I don't want no court cases. In fact, I really can't have a court case right now because I got shit going on with court cases. But I am a man, and you can't step to me with that dick sucking shit like right here. I can see if you were like out in the park arguing with a nigga, that nigga be like, fuck you, nigga, suck my dick. All that. That's different. That's different. That's a nigga yelling, looking for it. But this motherfucker thought he was gonna sit here and say to me something about sucking dick. I ain't even mad at the nigga because I believe the nigga is weird. But that's okay. You can be weird. You just can't step to motherfuckers with dick sucking shit. Niggas fight. Niggas kill each other over that. And I really don't think he know that. Did he just say he ain't got no friends that been to jail? Did he really say that? Yeah. Who the fuck ain't got people that went to jail that
Now, okay, let's see some tea right here. That really don't got nothing to do with whether or not your moral compass should be intact. Going to jail is not a symbol, a symbolization of your common sense, right? Anton lacked common sense. That's just common sense. We should already know there are certain things that you should not say morally, to people that will make people feel so offended that they want to unalive you. Okay? Unfortunately, there are people in the world that do not operate on a moral axis. And as you saw with Anton and Corey right now, it went up.
live in Detroit?
I can't. I can't.
The mayor went to jail. What the fuck? How the fuck is you in Detroit? I'll call all my Detroit niggas. Do y'all know a nigga that ain't been to jail? I mean, do y'all have any friends that ain't never been to jail?
I got a cousin in Detroit. What else do I need? Everybody
knows. The only man who I know who would say that is a man who ain't bold enough to say nothing about the Caucasian responsibilities in America and what they did to make things go bad. But back on the good sissy, because we on the good sissy. We need to teach our men who indulge in that type of behavior how to be confident and honest about who they are where there is no issues. Like, you're mad at me because Corey didn't do something right on the internet. But the truth is, you mess with men and you didn't want to say you mess with men, and that's really your issue with me. In Hollywood, Atlanta, and everywhere else over the internet.
You know
You know who looked the scaredest? Who looked the scaredest? His bodyguard. That nigga was like.
Craig Facts building, y'all. So this will be Craig Facts, right? This is who normally would be there. Everybody, was like, well, where's Craig? But apparently he had prior engagement. So Craig Sachs has entered the building.
We ain't beat nobody yet. No. Hey, can I tell y'all something? Hold on, let me tell y'all something. This is not a lie. Phil, Nail, hey, what this thing cost?
Goddamn, $1 million. Over $1 million.
Nigga, this board back here, this ain't no sucker shit. My nigga Laylaw bought this thing right here. Laylaw, Joe Mac and Mac bought this screen. This screen is not no cheap. The screen they bought was defective, so the company gave them the upgrade.
I don't think they realize because they can only say
this ain't no cheap shit. You don't tear this up.
Crazy.
But I believe if I would have super sucked that nigga, I could have guided him that way.
So what is that thing that's behind Corey? Is that like a moving billboard? You know how you see like the billboards that be moving? You know what I'm saying? Is that what that is? If so, that is very, I know that's like a projecting TV thingy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can imagine that costs a pretty penny.
Because I was already sizing him up. I was like, oh, this is a little fat motherfucker.
I'd have whooped him, man.
I was like, dog.
10. I got to get back to my show. I was watching the show.
You stupid, nigga.
I got to get back to my show, man.
Hey, man, if that nigga would have said I suck dick, I'd have dotted that nigga eye. I swear to God, and took one.
He did, Corey? Chad Smith says he missed the part where Craig came in. He commented this night. Yeah. Craig just got there. He just entered the group chat. So apparently Craig had something else he was doing, like another like a show, because Craig is a comedian as well. Craig started off like back in the day with Big Jaw and Meeks during skits and stuff like that, doing skits and stuff. And so that's when I first saw Craig on YouTube with them. And then I saw him up here with Darlene, Corey, and Marcus, and I think it was just him and Marcus I was up here, and then Corey and Marcus fell out, which just left Craig, and Craig seemed to be a good commentator with Corey and Darlene, and Corey is full, or Craig, excuse me, he's full of knowledge. Craig is very smart. He comes from very humble beginnings. He talks about his dad being a pimp, his sisters being no joke women out here in these streets, that they don't take no shit. Like he comes from a very humble beginning. However, he is intelligent. Craig is very smart.
Never come with it. But I ain't living like that. I'm not living like that. I am a successful man.
Come back with the bodyguard. I'll whoop that nigga.
That bodyguard ain't with that nigga. That nigga just trying to get that money.
What do y'all think? Do y'all think if Craig was there, it would have went a different way? Do you think Craig would have fired off on Anton for Corey, essentially? You know what I'm saying? Like little homie get it for big homie. Like those things be happening. Those things be happening. When I was younger, I have a girlfriend still to this day, my good Judy. Hi, Melissa, if you're watching. She was a hitter, still is. Like I'm 5'4", and so Melissa's like 5'10", and she was always like real stocky. I used to be real petite. Now I'm a little chunkier, but nonetheless, she was just my hitter. And if somebody like ever, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Chad said no, Craig would not have fired off because of the Aries Spears. What happened with Aries Spears? I heard about the Aries Spears. I think I caught a glimpse of it. But didn't Aries sue or something? Corey, something had happened. Chad, please give us some more tea. He is so insightful. On today's live. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for subscribing and coming to Tea Talk Triber. So Melissa just used to knock anybody out that would ever like challenge me or want to knock me off my square, because I'm a pretty girl. And so that can get you into some adverse situations with women, especially when you're younger, girls trying to, show how tough they are and all of that. And just was intimidated by another pretty girl or a pretty girl in the hood or however have you. Aries sued Corey. Oh my God. And so Melissa would just be like my knockout queen. Like she would knock out if they would, challenge me in any type of way, and that's just what it would be. So I was the little homie in size, but Melissa was like I was kind of like the 50 Cent of the G unit, you know what I'm saying? And Melissa was kind of like she was my enforcer. So because of one of Corey's co-hosts won on Aries. Was it I think I know who you talking about, Chad. Was it the light-skinned dude that used to be up here with Corey? Real smart black man too. Damn, I can't think of his name. If y'all know his name, drop it in the chat, please. Yeah, he said something to him crazy and he hit him. So you don't think that he would have done anything because it could have brought on a lawsuit for Corey. Okay, understandable.
Money and get the fuck. Let me drop this cake ass nigga off at the airport. That nigga say he don't know nobody who went to jail. What the fuck?
Nah, he was trying to.
How do you live in America and don't know nobody who went to jail? And he called me a hypocrite. This man said I'm a hypocrite, and he said he don't know nobody who went to jail. But back on the good sissy.
I gotta get back to my show. I got a show at 10.
Go ahead, Joe. Do your thing, man.
Oh, man. Fuck Anton.
Williams. That's his name. Thank you, Chad. Zoe Williams. I used to like Zoe up here. Very informational, kind of like Craig, with just the commentary bouncing off of Darlene and Corey. So, yeah, they ended up going their ways as well. So for a minute, y'all, I didn't think that Corey would have anybody up here but him and Darlene. And show's always been a hit as far as like, just Corey and Darlene talking about, T. So yeah, and then Marcus came and Craig. So, but not for nothing. Now it's just Craig as the other cohort man up here. Yeah.
The nigga was sitting right here, goddammit. That nigga then when he said, I disrespected you in your face. I was like, is this nigga talking crazy? Because I'll still slap the shit out this motherfucker. You can be around men, you can disagree with men, but you can't disrespect men when you standing next to them, man. If you want to bait people like that and play like you don't know, good luck.
And if you say that you don't know, if you don't know somebody, then watch yourself. That's when you really take extra precautions because you don't.
I don't know if they can hear you, D.
You're not familiarized with the person yet, so why would you want?
That's why I don't have people up here.
Okay, Chad, you just dropping T. So he says Zoe and Corey falling out behind the Aries Spears lawsuit. Okay, you're bringing it back to me now. Was Zoe trying to, defend his actions? And Corey was like, nah, man, but you shouldn't have did that because now it's got me in a conundrum with this nigga Aries. He's going to sue me. Okay, I believe I remember that.
But I'm saying, like, you can't come up here and say, well, I forgot how he said it, but I was like, when he said that shit, my mind was like, is this nigga crazy? This nigga say something to me about sucking dick?
He just used those words for that. It was like, I don't.
Yeah, no example for you.
Darlene, don't ever jump between two niggas.
Okay, I was trying to save the screen.
That nigga wasn't finna push
Go
me
ahead
into
and
that
hit me.
screen.
Go ahead and hit me. Sheesh.
Darlene, listen to me. Don't never jump between two niggas. You a woman.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you so you know. Don't ever jump. When two men finna fight, get out the way.
Well, this ain't
I'm
no
telling you
regular
that
street
so
fight.
you
This here
know.
on the show, so I felt compelled. That's all.
Okay, that's cool, but that's why I'm telling you now. And I hope you listen. I hope you listen.
I would never do that. You know who I was with. I know game.
Okay.
You know this. Come on now.
Ooh,
Anyway.
I really do admire Miss Darlene. You see what I'm saying? She's so pretty. And she always represents as a lady up here with Corey and Craig. She does. Even when Corey gets into like a raunchy, like disrespect for Darlene at times. And I'm not gonna hold you. I think it may be because Corey may have some feelings for Darlene. He's been sitting up here for 16 years with Darlene. Look at Darlene. Darlene is gorgeous. She is flawless. She is so pretty. And she really, really upholds and represents what women, that have been through some trauma can come out on the other side as a whole woman that just represents empowerment. So I honestly, I think Corey may have a little something for Darlene, but I don't think that they've ever done anything. And I think Corey kind of resents how he is, because I think Corey thinks that if he wasn't the man that he is, Corey's not a faithful man, and I know he knows Darlene has a standard of a man that she would require Corey to be. And I know Corey knows that he could not uphold that standard with Darlene. You know what I'm saying? He just would not be able to, people know I can't stand that. I'm on live. Hi, come on in. I'm on live. Anywho, I don't think that he would, uphold that with Darlene. And I know that he knows that he's been too good with Darlene, too close with Darlene to want to hurt Darlene. But I think still at the same time, he kind of wishes maybe he was Darlene's type. What do y'all think? So chat says, Corey bought up the fact he had to pay Aries and Zoe never offered to pay.
I was honored to have you all here. Keep your subscription in good standing for your all access pass to the tribunal. Turn on notifications so you never miss your chance to examine the facts. Keep your designated seat. This tribunal is adjourned.